So now we've come to the part where we're going to be talking about is the creation of quizzes or tests. Now this video will be a little bit longer because it's a little bit more precise, and we're going to go a little bit more in depth in the quizzes because it automatically speaks into the grade book and other areas, and you'll see as we go along. So here we go onto our screen, and from our assignment section we will jump into the quizzes section. Okay, you'll notice I already have 2 of them already done, but what we're going to do is we are going to create a quiz right here, so you can kind of see step by step all the things that are going on. So you can start creating your first quiz by clicking on the Create Quiz button. Okay, the system will bring this pop-up and ask you to fill out the fields, and you'll go ahead and enter the name of the quiz. And so I'll call it Basic Bible Knowledge, right? You can choose whether it's graded or ungraded. Again, if you select this checkbox, the results of the quiz will not be reflected in the gradebook, and hence it won't be used in calculation of the student's final average. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as graded. Then here you're going to select your due date. I'm going to go ahead and give it a due date of January 25th. And as you notice, it is always in this format, day, month, year. And then I'm going to give it 2359. I'm going to enable comments, right? Enabling comments, when you select this checkbox, the system will activate the quiz wall for comments, and you'll see how the quiz wall operates in a little bit. I'm going to sign out as a teacher and sign back in as a student so that you can see what that looks like with the enable comments section. All right. Again, you can upload files, take files from your My Files, or add a link as you see fit. You will hit the save button, and that is going to create your quiz. And immediately you are brought up to this new wall. You haven't seen this before. So in it you have your questions for your quiz, the results as students take it, and then the quiz wall. Remember, I mentioned if you hit that checkbox, there will be a comment section that opens up on the quiz wall, and this is where students can ask questions. You can post updates about the quiz and anything else. But let's just go ahead and begin a quiz. Actually, let's talk about the quiz settings really quick here. Here will be your total points. You can preview your quiz. You can print your quiz for a hard copy if you choose to do so. Publish settings, we'll talk about that in a minute. Time limits, show results, randomize, and grading and saving. So we're going to go ahead and add a quick question. You can select either true, false, multiple choice, or short answer questions. Now, the system will automatically calculate grades solely on logical answers, true, false, and multiple choice being those 2 types of questions that are logical. The short answer or essay question, what it will do is it will hold back grading the quiz completely until you as the instructor come back and you grade each and every essay question only. So we're going to go ahead and do one of each, and I'm going to do a true false. And so the Bible, I don't know why the question, okay, the Bible has a total of 45 books, and we'll make it as a statement. And this will be true or false. I want to give it its points, and so I'm going to make it to where this is worth 25 points of the test. We're going to do 3 questions. And so the correct answer is false. We know it's 66. And we will go ahead and create the question. Immediately it creates that question. I can come into the gears, edit or delete the question if I need to. Let's add a second question to our quiz. We'll make it a multiple choice, right? Who wrote the Pentateuch? And in this case, I am going to go Joseph. Here we will put Noah. Now I can add an additional response. Again, I can upload any of these that I have here. Remember, wherever you see the question mark, you can go ahead and hover over it, and it'll give you a little hint as to what that is. But I'm going to add another response. I'm going to give it a total of 4. And I am going to go Moses, which we know that's the correct answer, but we'll come to that in a moment. And I'll add another one here, and it will be none of the above. Kind of like a little trick there on students. And correct answer, you will select the correct answer here, and then you will create the question. And actually, I did not give it its point structure, so I need to go ahead and do that first. And I'm going to give it another 25. Create the question. And question number 2 is done for a total of 50 points. We'll add one more question, right? And this one will be a short essay question, okay? And I will explain how the Bible came about, right? As that is an essay question. That's a big question, so I'm going to give it 50. We know that it was given over time to numerous individuals by inspiration. To me, that would suffice of an answer, but we want to go ahead and weight that very heavily. And so we'll create the question. Once it's created, we have 100 points total. You can preview your test right here. This is what it will look like. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Okay, great. And we will come back to our quizzes and basic Bible knowledge. Okay, now publish settings. I can hide the quiz until I want the students to have access to it. And so it will already be done, and I would just have to, as an instructor, come back in and make it available. As you notice, it says it is unavailable at this moment right now, okay? Now, the time limit, actually, let's go ahead and you can start the quiz now, or you can schedule it for a date later. I'm going to go ahead and start the quiz now. You will not be able to add, edit, or delete any of the questions if you accept. Click Save Settings on the button. So this is letting you know that the moment you click the Save Settings, because you're starting the quiz now, it will not let you make any changes whatsoever. I can give it a time limit, yes or no. I'm not going to worry about that, but if I were to choose yes, again, it's going to ask me how long, and that way the students have a set amount of time in which they begin to finish up that quiz. Showing the results right here, students will be able to see the results after they submit the quiz. So I want them to not just take the quiz, I want them to see the results of the quiz immediately after they're done, or it's graded, whichever happens later. So if you have an essay question, then they won't be able to see the results until after you've graded that essay question, and you'll see that in a moment. And so you can also show the correct answers. That way, if they get something incorrectly, they will immediately be able to see which one was correct. Randomized questions. Well, what this does is each student will see the questions in a different order. Of course, with 3 questions, that's not much of a difference, but we will go ahead and click that just for now. Grading system, I would leave that at normal. However, this is pretty harsh. For example, if you look, if they get 3 wrong answers, it will cancel 3 wrong answers cancel 1 correct answer, and 4 wrong answers cancel 1 correct answer. That's pretty harsh. I believe that's used in other parts of the world, but here in the West, I have yet to come across that. So we're going to go ahead and save our settings. And now the quiz is created and it is available for students right now. Since I'm enrolled in here, I will go ahead and log out as an administrator, and then I will log right back in as a student. And I believe this account here is a student account. I'm coming in. I am going to go into my class. I could have accessed it from here, basic Bible knowledge, but I want to go into quizzes, go the long way around. Oh, here we go, basic Bible knowledge. I'm going to go ahead and take the quiz. And actually, if you notice up here as a student, here are some notifications. It's letting me know that all the stuff that I've done as a teacher are on there because I am part of this. So, quiz, I can begin the quiz. You may only attempt this quiz one time. Also note that you have to review all questions to be able to submit this quiz. So it kind of helps if there's a quiz wall here. I can go, when is this due? And actually that will post on the wall immediately. But let's go ahead and go into the quiz. Now, if they go into my submission, once they've submitted any quizzes, they will be listed here. Quiz isn't taken yet, so I will begin the quiz immediately. Okay, number 1, explain how the Bible came about. Remember? And so, various authors over time, inspired by the Holy Spirit. And that's a simple answer to a deep question, but you kind of understand. Next question. The Bible has 45 books. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give it a true, although I know it is false. We're going to go ahead and give it true, and you'll see why once we go look at everything. Next question. Okay, who wrote the Pentateuch? Well, I know it was Moses, and so I will review all of my answers. I can go back or I can review my answers. This gives me as a student the opportunity to look at my answers before submitting the test, before turning it in. If I want to make any changes, I can return to that question and so forth. And so I know that the Bible has a total, you know what? No, I think it's more than that. Return to it, click false. Next question. And it's going through its process. And now I know that one's correct. I'm going to review my answers. Okay, various authors. Yep, I hit false on that one. And I'm going to go ahead and submit. I am confident. Are you sure you want to submit the assessment? Yes, I do. And immediately it is going through, uploading everything. And look, right here, it tells me the Bible, okay, false. I got that one correct. And if you recall, I had initially answered true. I went back, answered that false. And so it tells me right there that I got it correctly because it is green. Had I got it incorrectly, it would have shown me that I got this one wrong and that this is there. However, question 3, see, this is pending review, as you can see. So as a teacher, I have to go through and make sure that that is taken care of. And so you have completed this quiz. It tells me there your final score. It's pending because as a teacher, it has not been graded. So what I will do is I will log out, log back in as a teacher. Okay. And immediately I have this as a teacher. Oh, Richard Navarro. Okay, when is this due? I can address that to the student at a later time. And so what I will do is I will come right here to my courses and I will go into my quizzes, right? And I am here, results, aha. So what I did was I went back into my course, I went into quizzes, and I'm looking for my results. Now I can search by student or I can view by question. This is actually kind of powerful. If you think about it, as time goes on, you can look at just a single student, or you can see how many students, right, struggled with a particular question. And here we go. See question 1, you can see the points earned, each and every single question that's on there. So I'm going to go back by the students, and it says here that Richard Navarro, this was turned in on time, but it needs grading and it's pending my review. So I can view the quiz or the assessment. Downloads. And now look, down here, out of 50 points, I can go, okay, explain how the Bible came about, various authors over time, inspired by the Holy Spirit. I'm going to go ahead and say that suffices as an answer for me. And I'll hit the Save Changes. So now it's got 50 over 50, 25 over 25, and 25 over 25. Right? And look, Richard Navarro received 100% final score on that test. So if I come in here, I log out, log back in as a student. You'll be able to see what the student sees. Sign in. Okay. And immediately here we have the basic Bible knowledge quiz. I'll go ahead and click on that. And they can see, oh, it hasn't updated. It should have updated by now. You saw as a teacher that it's updated, and then once the system goes through, it will show that this is 50 over 50, and it will show that this student has 100%. Let's take a look and see in the grade book if it's updated there. Yep, first assignment, okay, is there. It's weighted. You can go ahead. Oops, that's for that particular one here. Here we go. Basic Bible knowledge is the test. If I click on the little envelope, right, it says the student is waiting for a grade. Hope I did okay. Now this is the student sending you a note on there. Okay, let's get back into teacher mode or instructor account. Sign in. Okay. And we'll go right into basic Bible knowledge again. And results. Okay, 100%. Reed hasn't taken this one yet, and that's probably why it's not updating completely. And so you can see, because there's more time left on this one, then it will continue. And that's about it with the quizzes section. Our next section coming up is going to be the gradebook section.